Day 35, episode 7. Hold up. All right. What do you guys think? Good. Thumbs up. Okay. Day 35, episode 7. Recap. We're gonna recap all the lessons that we previously did. Okay. We're calling this lesson the wealth tree. That's a hint. Okay. So this is gonna be a recap of everything. This is gonna be your base, the foundation. This is kind of how I put all my money now. I wish I would have started doing this years ago. A good 10 years ago, be so much farther in life. But you know, that's why I'm teaching you guys, so you guys can be one step or a lot more steps ahead of me. So, seeing that everything's going to break down on this tree, what do you guys think the 100% is? All right, we're going to go with little man.
Wealth.
All right, you're green. All right. So now we're getting 50%, 50%. I'm going to let you guys go, and if the other person can't answer, then I'm going to let the other one answer. So what's up with you?
Save.
All right. What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Save 50%. You can, no, nothing?
Yeah. Spend.
If you save $1, you gotta,
Spend.
or if you spend $1, you
Save.
save a what?
$1.
All right, so for every dollar we spend, we can save $1. Okay, so with that being said, 50% of our saves goes to what? What's up?
Bank account.
What else does it go to? Ooh, I did that wrong. My bad. All right. What's up?
Investment.
Investment. All right. You are blue. Okay. 40% max on our spend. What's up?
Needs.
Needs, which can be another word for what?
Bills.
All right. I'm gonna give that to little man because he said needs, which is kind of the same, but I like to see the bills in there first. All right. This one, 10% max goes to your
Wants.
perfect. All right. So, out of our wealth, when we break that down, 100% of our wealth, 50% for every dollar we save, we can spend $1, or for every dollar we spend, we need to save $1. Correct? When we break our save down, we're going to put some of it into the bank, some of it into investments, and then when we spend our $50, we want to put 40% of that to our bills, and then 10% of that to our wants. Okay, so now we're going to break this down. Okay, what's a bill? I should ask that. Do you know? Do you know what a bill is? A bill? Oh, come on. What do you think it is?
It's for your house, like electricity. You have to pay for that.
Okay, I'm gonna define this very easy. A bill is anything that you know that you need to pay every single month, week, whenever, but it's something that you know that you can budget for. That's what a bill is. A birthday party can be a bill because I know your guys' birthday party is gonna be what day it's gonna be. Okay, I know your birthday party is gonna be in October. I know your birthday party is gonna be in March. I can budget for that. That's a bill to me. A bill is anything you can budget for. Okay. That's what we consider a bill. Anything that I know that's coming up that I can budget for. I'm gonna put that as a bill. Okay. My wants, you know, that's personal. That's something that I want. Maybe it's a watch or rims on a car. That would be a want. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna divide the bank into two things. What's the bank gonna be divided into? What's up?
Months.
Yeah, we got months down here, but what's right here? What's up?
Funds.
Funds, yes, we were talking about that. You're green, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emergency funds, yes, that is correct. Now, how many months do we want of emergency funds?
6 to 12.
6 to 12 months, yes, because that's what I like to have because I got a lot of kids. For you guys as young as you are, 3 to 6 months, perfect. So, what are we gonna put over here? What's up?
Opportunity on the top.
Opportunity on the top. You're what?
Blue.
Okay, opportunities, yes. For any opportunities that come up, maybe we see a car that's like $100 that we know we can clean up, wash the rims and stuff, get it back up on the road, and we can turn around and sell it for a couple grand, right? If we see something that's just a really quick flip, or maybe we see a power washer that we can put a couple parts in there and then we can use it to wash people's driveways or something, that's an opportunity. That's what we want that money for. All right, so how much percent do we want of all of our liquid? All the money we got in the bank, everything that added all up, we want to put about what percent?
25.
About 25%. That's what we're shooting for. That depends on if we see an opportunity. If we see an opportunity and we deplete that, then we'll just start saving back up to that opportunity. Okay, now on our investments. Let's break them all down. We got some investments.
Health.
Alright, what's the next one? We just talked about this last week. What's the next investment that we can do?
Assets.
Huh?
Asset. With skill.
Skill and asset, you got them both. Oh, man, I'm sorry, little man. You're green.
It's okay.
Alright. So now, we got that. What are the 3 things that we considered an asset last week? What's up?
So you talked about the dollar bills. You acted like they were seeds. You said 2 mangoes, 2 apple seeds.
Yep, okay. But what was I going with that? An asset is something, well, that's this question right here. What's an asset?
Inflation.
What's a liability? And what's inflation? Them are 3 questions. But what are 3 assets? What are like the top 3 assets? I talked about this briefly last week.
You talked about.
Okay, the 3 big ones, I might not agree with all these, but we're gonna go with gold, metal, okay, collectibles, asset, right? Housing, homes. What do you guys want? Okay. And then what else? Stocks. Okay, them are like the three big assets. Precious metals, housing, real estate, and stocks. Collectibles. Okay, all of them could be considered an asset. Right here, these are your guys' assets, the 2 that I want you guys to really think about. Okay, your skills. I want you guys to build up for your skills and keep your health nice and good. Okay, so with that being said, we're going to finish this by what is inflation? Remember we talked about Popeye the Sailor Man? Alright, what was inflation?
You talked about when he's young, he ate his spinach and then he grew strong, and then when he grew older, he got weaker and weaker and weaker.
And what does that mean for the dollar?
So when the dollar is nice and young, it can buy more stuff, but when it's old, it has less.
Yes.
Power.
Okay, so we got anything to add to that?
No.
Okay, so what is inflation? Inflation is when the same item costs you more money in the future. So if a pop cost me $1 today, and then 5 years from now that same pop costs me $3, that means my dollar got weaker, or the pop cost more. Does it make sense? So my buying power got weaker, right? So buying less in the future, okay? Your buying power lessens. All right, what's an asset? What's an asset? What's up?
Gold, stocks, and homes.
Homes, housing. Okay, but no. A real quick definition. An asset puts money into
Your pockets.
And what does a liability do?
It takes out money out of your pockets.
Okay, so if I gotta buy dog food every single week, every month, is a dog a liability or an asset?
A liability.
Why is it a liability?
Because it's taking money out of your pockets.
Yes, okay. So now if I have a rental property and I go, which I don't have, but if, let's see, if I charged you every single day to play on your Xbox, would your Xbox be an asset or a liability to me?
Asset.
Why would it be an asset?
Because it's putting money in your pocket.
It's putting money in my pocket. So if I charged you to play your asset or your Xbox, what would it be to you?
I would get money in my pocket.
No, if I charged you to play on it, would it be an asset or a liability? It'd be a what?
A liability.
Why would it be a liability?
Because it's taken out of money out of my pockets.
But it'd be an asset to me. Does that make sense? All right. So what is a liability? What's up? I want to make sure you got it.
It takes money out of your pockets or in your pockets.
It takes money out of your pocket. You got to pay money for something. Okay, like a dog is a liability. It can be a liability. Even though they can be stress relievers, it's taking money out of your pocket. What else could be a liability? What's up?
Rent, bills, rent.
Wants can be liabilities depending on what they are, but what could be a liability? A new car that you got to keep on putting money into could be a liability. I mean, it could be an asset because it's getting you back and forth to work, but could a cheaper car get you back and forth to work? That's a good question. Good topic. What's up, man?
Rent.
Rent could be a liability. All right, what could be another asset? What's up?
You charging us to play on your X?
We talked about that. What could be a different one? Give me another example. Okay, what about a lawnmower that I can go use to mow people's grass for? Could that be an asset?
Yeah.
Why would that be an asset?
Because they're gonna pay you.
Because they're gonna put money in my pocket. Okay. An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out of your pocket. If you guys benefited from this episode, this is just us recapping, going over our wealth tree. Subscribe below. Thank you guys for watching, and until the next episode, just a quick recap. Hopefully the kids can retain this information. I know they got a little bit down. I'm gonna leave this up on the board for the following week. I want you guys to look at this, okay? I'm gonna ask these questions again, so I really wanna make sure that you guys can answer these 3 questions. Inflation, asset, liability. Them are important. But this, for every dollar we save, we can spend. For every dollar we spend, we gotta save. Okay? And then as you guys get older, I really want you guys to start understanding that when we start budgeting for life, that we're gonna put 40% in our bills. It's a lot easier to start young and before your bills become like 80%. It's a lot easier to do this when you're younger, because then you're like, okay, if I can spend 50%, I just got to keep my bills below 40%. That gives me 10%, and then you guys can start building for your financial future. It makes way more sense when you're younger than when you're older, because when you get older, it's a lot harder. You got to put a lot more money back. You guys, when you're younger, you got your interest makes money off of its interest, and it compounds. So then your interest is making money off its interest, and then it's compounding and making more money off its interest, which is way easier when you're younger, because that interest gets a lot more. It's like a snowball. As we make that little tiny snowball, and we start making the snowball, and then it gets bigger and bigger, and as we push it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger faster. You know what I'm talking about? That's why we really want to focus on our investing early on. The earlier you can get that investing down. So if you can stick to this rule right here, you guys will be way farther than a lot of people are in life. Alright? You guys enjoy this?
Yes.
Alright, good. Did this help you guys out? You guys retaining any? You guys like this episode? Was this one good? Okay. Was this one kind of fun? A little bit better
Yes.
than the other ones? Okay. So we're gonna have to, I'm pretty sure, I think next week we might do the basketball challenge. I think that would be a fun one. Teach you guys about, see what you guys' risk level is. Yeah, I think that's gonna be next week, basketball challenge. Alright?
Daddy.